Episode 2.
Episode 2. Episode 2. You know what to do. Look, I'm going to do a polite non-cheer clap today.
That ain't doing nothing for the system.
Oh, see, I need a cheer clap.
You need a cheer clap. But it's the flavor with what. There didn't need to be why all of that? It could just be, but no.
But I can't.
Hear you.
No, but it can't just be.
Why is it all of that?
Nope, it's not possible for me to do a non-animated clap.
Flourish.
I can't
comes with
non-flourish.
it.
Yeah, I don't. I want you to picture me
have to go all the way.
non-flourished. I want you to imagine me non-flourished.
I'd ask you what's
There's
wrong.
no-
What's wrong?
Call
What are you doing?
911. Me not dramatic should concern you. Even that's dramatic. Even that was still dramatic.
Right.
Look, the more I try not to,
You just have to.
the more dramatic it is. It
wouldn't even work.
There's more drama. It actually has more drama
And
than
we'd laugh harder.
yeah.
Probably.
So I might as well just
Yes. Just go all in.
be myself.
Give the clap you want to give. I want you to.
Come on.
This is your moment.
Just a soul clap.
That's my one role.
Listen,
This clap is gonna be amazing.
I'm gonna clap us in.
What is wrong with you? Cute earring. You gotta give it. Listen, you gotta have a joyful clap. Let's get a joyful clap.
A little second beat. Clap.
What is that? That's the blackest thing ever.
Clap. If your church never
If
did
your
anything
church ain't never
where you didn't
and
quite
coming
clap on
down
me,
the aisle.
right?
You gotta
Boom, boom,
lean
boom.
with it. Yeah.
Cut. Dum, dum.
And they have to be serious coming down the aisle. There's no one's smiling, no one's giving you eye contact. It's just the bop.
Yeah, but
Coming
that clap
down,
is
but
hard.
that clap is
'Cause
gonna
like that
hit.
little anybody wearing that little wig, then it just and it use that little bang just
Everyone
moves.
is wearing that wig.
You know what I'm talking
with
about?
the
And the little
bang.
bang moves. When they clap, it just reverberates. You just pray that wig stays on through service.
Just think.
Wait a minute, don't clap your wig off. Deaconess.
Mother Washington.
You know, you're trying to tell her, you're trying to make eye contact. Just slip it right here. Like the part now is right here, but you wanted the middle part.
Or did you? Or did you? Or did
You might have
just
wanted
listen-
it. You might
Listen. That part landed where she wanted it.
Listen.
Not where I would have
yeah.
wanted it, but
If
where
you want a
she
gangster lean
wanted
wig,
it.
who
Okay.
are we to stand in the way? If you want your wig to just kind of pimp in a little bit.
You've not lived until you have gone to one good old Southern Baptist church.
And if nobody's not clapped that wig, at least back a little bit. You'd be like, oh,
Baby.
come on, edges. I
When
see
they
that
fall
wig
out
right
and
there.
the wig comes off, that's when it's getting good, y'all.
That's when you really see true sisterhood.
Oh,
when a
and-
group
and
of other women come
somebody
and get
gently-
that wig back
gently
on. Listen, putting that wig back on.
while you lay there.
One has a doily over your legs. I mean, they have completely taken care
come
of
and
you.
they cover you.
They
Yeah,
cover your
absolutely.
legs.
Absolutely.
The other one have made a complete
Yes.
circle around you.
And standing with their
two
hands
more,
behind their back. Just one has tissue.
Two more. Listen.
Yeah, it's
And
a
somebody
community
fixes
event.
that wig.
They just gently put it back on your head. They just they put it back on there like it. That's when you know you're loved.
That's when you're loved.
That's the true love of God.
Go on and just get the Holy Ghost. Go all the way in.
Fix my
We
wig
got
when
you.
I fall out.
No one's
That's
gonna see
the
your
love I
slip.
want.
Nobody's gonna see that
If you
wig
are my
sliding
sister
back.
and you don't fix my wig,
I don't even
when
know.
it
I don't know. I don't know what's happening with our relationship. Yeah, we need time together. We need to retreat. We need to really see if this is.
Let's get some healing
Let's get
because
some healing,
something
because
happened.
You just gonna let my
You
slip
let my wig
and
fall
my
off.
wig just be off kilter.
That's like, do you remember that video of when Destiny's Child came out and Michelle fell?
Mm-hmm. That was showmanship.
Everybody likes to talk about how, Beyonce and Kelly were the penultimate performers. Their girl was on the floor. Like, keep performing. Help her
Scoop
up.
her.
Just,
Make it a dance move.
yeah, boom, boom, boom.
Make it seem like y'all all dropped down low. Y'all could have all been like,
See,
boom, 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 boom,
you
boom,
see,
until
you
she
see,
got
and
up,
then we
and
creep
they just
back up.
creep back.
You
Just,
should
know
have
what I'm saying?
practiced for it.
Ow, right. Every time. If one of us falls,
If
let's
one of
all
us
just
falls,
hit
what?
hands on your
Ooh.
knees.
Boom, 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 boom.
Keep walking.
Yeah.
Ow.
Hey. Yeah. You should have practiced that.
Be on top of it.
That's how you really love your girl.
That's how you love somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's generosity and giving.
It always comes back, y'all.
That's generosity.
It always
and giving.
full circle.
You wanted somebody to do it for you.
I
You
want
want when your
somebody to
wig-
fix my wig.
Listen.
Please fix my wig. Please don't let me be out here. You know what? And this is a metaphor. Do not let me be out here. Look, you know what my standard is.
Mm-hmm.
You know how I want to look. If you see me
Getting beside myself. And you know that's not my brand.
if you got to open your shirt and just shield.
Yep.
No, we gonna give her a minute because she
needs to just something.
Come and
Come
get
on
me.
down, please.
That's how you give. That's how you be generous to
just
me.
gonna watch it happen. Please don't.
Please don't let me be out here.
Please don't watch it
Anytime
happen.
somebody could get a picture of me looking untoward in any way, come and get me. Because I'm not
Say
saying that
something.
it's not possible. What I am saying is I want you to save me from it.
Cover me. I want you to give me some generosity here. Cover
I
me.
need
I'm gonna cover
to
you.
cover me.
And I'm gonna cover you.
That I may go in peace. Remember to keep me lifted. Yes, this is what I need for all of my friends to know, because I'm gonna do it for you. Just like
Snatch
that
my
time
wig.
that she fell asleep in the club.
As I often do.
I laid her head down and rubbed it for her and kept people. No.
Oh, and here come the people. Is she okay?
Is she okay?
I'm fine.
Trying to wake her up,
I'm fine.
shaking her. And I was like, no.
No. I didn't pass out. I take naps.
She just wanted a nap.
I take
so
naps.
that she could get her second one. Leave her
I'm
alone.
fine.
Okay?
I'm good.
We know what's going on here. Okay? This is what you
Coverage.
do.
That's coverage.
This is what you do. Okay? All right. Anyhow, moving into.
No, that's good because today, that's kind of what we're talking about. That's kind of what we're talking about today.
We are talking today about ways to be generous without using money. And that's one of those things that you do is take care of your friends.
Guess who I get to be today?
I made you this person.
I get to be Hagrid.
From Harry Potter.
Harry Potter. When Zuru was very small, and now she can do a British accent very well, but because I watched Harry Potter so much, she was tiny. I mean, she was like 3, and she'd be going around the house, like, "Mommy, are you going to watch Harry Potter?"
Masai does a British accent that takes me out. Like I scream laughing when she gets into. Yes, but I guess we've raised our children on Harry
right.
Potter. There, yes,
There are worse things.
and I am Janine Teague from Abbott Elementary.
My throat.
These are both two very giving characters.
These are good choices. They do, and not necessarily a dime because they don't have it. They don't have it.
Both of them broke.
Listen, Janine Tease is giving that energy, honey.
Hagrid might have a dragon for you, but he's not gonna have coins.
He's gonna use his connections
Yes, he is.
to take care of you. That's something we hadn't thought about,
yeah.
right? You know what I mean?
Ooh.
Using your connections, like
Networking
not necessarily
for
giving,
people, yeah.
giving money, but listen, I'm gonna put you in touch with.
You know what's
so-and-so.
interesting? Joy-Jean Brock said to me one day, he said that is his gift in life, is to connect people that need to be connected. And I watched him do it in front of me, and I was like, "You're on to something."
That's good.
He said, "I connect the people that need to be
That's what
connected."
people need to do.
And
yeah.
everybody knows Brock, so he's gonna,
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
definitely a gift.
yes. And we are also Add Joy.
Where life plus joy equals satisfaction.
Yes, and tell the people what generosity and giving is.
Generosity and giving is being plentiful in your willingness to give of yourself to others as well as yourself.
Yes, absolutely. So, as we do in the beginning, we give you small ways to be generous. This is a big one for me. My love language is books, honey. Buy an extra copy of a book you're getting to give to someone else. Let me tell you what I did. For those of you, I don't know that any of you are a part of this world, but A Court of Thorns and Roses has taken over my life. So much so that I went and sent Janan a copy. And then I went I was talking about it with Osizwe, and she said, "Well, I think I want to get a copy." I said, "That's fine. I'm going to stop."
Stay right there.
I want you to know there was a torrential downpour. It was a Friday night. I said, "I'm going to Walmart to get you this book right now." And I went and hand delivered it to her house. When you know someone's going to love a book. I've had people like gift me, "Oh, I saw this book and I thought of you." Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. That is really generous of somebody, especially if you know someone loves to read.
Yeah.
If that's their thing.
Or if you know it's done something for you.
Yeah, if it's a
I just buy
life-changing
two
book.
copies, right? I often
Yeah.
buy two copies so that if I'm ever
If it's
in a
really good. Yeah,
conversation
yeah.
with someone, they're like,
Just hand it.
"Hey, this might be," then I just have it. And I'd be like, "Oh, then you can have this one." You know what I'm saying? I just buy the copies
Even
in
if
advance.
it's just like your favorite book that you just want to give away
Yep.
to people.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep. That's a good one.
Ask someone what the best part of their day was, and then give them your undivided attention when they tell you.
That's the piece.
That's like, "How's your day?" Well, mine was
leave the
terrible.
room, right.
Let me just cut into your story and talk about mine, though. I really only asked that to talk about mine. We're talking about, like, what was the best
It should
thing
look
that
like
happened
this.
to you today? What phone?
That's what it looks like to give your undivided attention. Yes. This is one I've been doing for someone that I love recently, because I haven't been eating anything because I eat lettuce and air.
Oh,
But-
you doing good.
But I have, this person does not take care of himself regularly. So I cook on Sunday evenings, and I just pack it all up and give it to him and say, "Here you go. Here's your lunch for the week," because you're not going to do it for yourself. Package up leftovers to send to someone you know is short on time. It's a great gift.
Kanika Sloan did that for me. We were planning reunion, and she just comes out with it. She was meal prepping, and she just went ahead and
Isn't that
prepped me some meal.
lovely?
And she was like, "Because I know you're just gonna be running around." And I was like, and she was right. I had no food and had no plans for how I was going to eat. And not only did I have it, I had a healthy, put together meal.
It is one of the greatest ways to love somebody.
I was like, "Do you want your Tupperware back?" She was like, "No." It's like,
all right.
I was
Here you
making
go.
I knew you'd be running around. I was like, "Thank you, sis."
Someone to know you like that. Yep, that's a good one. And then
When someone shares something with you that they're really excited about,
Y'all.
right? Or proud of, meet them at that level of, in fact, beat their enthusiasm. I won an award today. You what? You what? And really celebrate with them. This is 2 minutes, y'all. I didn't say 8 hours. Do you know what a short period of your time to give to somebody like that?
You have to really you have to really like mean this though, y'all. And you know what we do? Too often we steal people's thunder. Too often somebody talks about the thing that excites them and you give it I guess.
A
I've
low
never really
energy.
been into that thing.
Or it's you think it's a compliment because they exist in excellence to you all the time. So you're like, yeah, that's you. You know what I mean? You're kind of like, you're not celebrating it because it's like, you always, I got an A, you get all A's. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You say it that way.
That's true.
And though you think that's the compliment, right? But that's not a generous thing to, in that moment, they took a second to tell you. They would have kept it to themselves if they wanted a lukewarm. They could do lukewarm on their own.
Speaking of, I meant to do this last episode. This one here, she and her students, they won first place on their Add Joy project. It was, what was it? Give the exact title.
I know it's the joys of being single.
The joys of being single.
And then
First
there's
place,
like
y'all.
a more academic title after that. Yes. My students studied joy activities of different types of single people, which I think is unusual. Usually we compare like married to singles. But it was like, no, there's like single. You single. Now you single. And then there's like single.
Can't nobody claim you.
Right. They're single. They're single. The bench is kind of full.
Single-ish.
You're dating different people. You're single because you're not in a committed relationship, but you go on dates and things like that. And then there's single. There's what you doing Friday night? Nothing. What's up?
Yeah, I'm not single. I'm single.
I'm just being single.
Yeah, I'm single.
And then there's single. Right? Like I'm there's no bench right now. I am just me. I'm the player, right? But they looked at I'm the star.
I'm it.
But crazy enough, it was interesting findings because people who were in that single period of life reported more joy activities, more frequent, more varied joy activities because they are taking that time to really be like, when you're dating somebody, you kind of do what they like a lot of the time.
That's true.
Right?
That's true.
So people who were single,
You lose yourself a little bit, right?
said they
when
had
you're
better.
single,
Yep,
you can,
they said they had better relationships with their family, better relationships with their friends.
And I encourage people to be single for a season. If you've never been single for a season, you
But a season of single.
must do it. You will be a better whatever you want to put single person. You'll be a better girlfriend, boyfriend. You'll be a better husband, whatever. When you get just a season of being generous and giving to yourself.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you find out what
We
you
almost
like.
well, kudos to you
Thank
and your
you.
students because she really does pour a lot into these things. She gets all frazzled and everything right around that season, and
During
she's
this
like,
time.
I've got to turn this in, and I got to get my students together, and I've got to
get my students.
and I think that shows how all of the hard work actually is worth it.
It's worth it every time. When my students are in graduate school largely, because they are able to participate in meaningful research projects. You don't go to PhD programs without them, and to see them flourish and thrive.
But it's also
It's worth
fun
it.
that you get to do it with a topic that you also
Yeah.
love yourself.
Yeah.
Like you like to do the work around it, and you're helping the world, and we're spreading joy. We're adding
All those
joy,
things.
and all of the things. It all comes together in how
it's a
you do your work, and so that's really rewarding.
Yes.
And so yes,
is. Thank you.
And so that is to be celebrated. We're gonna give one more
Oh,
round of applause for that.
we should record that and sell it. Yeah. Woo! Somebody's doing this. I can't do it.
Yes.
We should record, but that's like mostly male voices. There's a dearth out here.
That's true.
We need
We
a
should
female
make a
voice
female one.
I have a client who
Absolutely.
makes sounds. That's his job.
We
He
can,
gets
you know
paid
what?
for
We
sound
can record
making.
that the next time
Yeah.
all of our girls come over. We're gonna
What?
record.
Oh, get it! Get it! Word! Listen, when I tell you,
There's a way only
and you
black
put
women
that-
celebrate each.
you can
there's
put that out on a little
nothing
thing,
like
and
it.
people would buy that. You buy little sounds.
There is
Short
nothing
sounds.
like it. I had a woman not too long ago, maybe last week. I swear to God, y'all. I had a Shein outfit on my floor that I had just opened up the package and I just threw it on. And I walked out of this house and I went in that outfit and my Crocs to Publix. And I want you to know this black woman from across the parking lot. Hey, sis. I thought she was angry with me. I thought I had done something. I turned
giving
around
you
like
intensity.
slowly,
Like, what?
Yeah. You doing it? She was pointing you head to toe, sis. I'm talking. It is lovely. She was clapping in the Publix parking lot. I
That's good.
twirled
That's good.
and shouted out, "I love being a black woman."
You all just had a spiritual moment.
Thank you for being generous in your praise. I needed it. I couldn't tell you when I showered last.
She was more
But
blessed
thank
than
you.
you. She was more blessed than you. Seeing you. First of all, she was blessed by just seeing you, and then seeing your response to that.
I twirled right
You
through
made
that parking lot.
That twirl made her whole week.
Screamed out loud, "I love being a black woman." The white women just looking around at me like,
Okay.
I said it and I meant it.
Are you gonna use that basket?
Yes. So, all right. We're moving on into
You're funny.
today's
Yeah.
topic.
Which is good because I think when we think about generosity and giving, people are like, well,
I ain't
my
got-
coins, my
I-
coins. Which even though I do think that for many people, if you examined your
you
coins,
probably
you often
could
do
give
have
more,
a little
yes.
bit. You know what I mean?
Yes.
But we're going to talk specifically today about how to be generous without using money.
Yes.
Right? What are
So
the things you can be generous?
first and foremost, I mean, it's the biggest one. And technically, all of these are going to fall under this umbrella.
Yeah.
Just be generous with your time.
Yeah.
Just give it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to tell you, I've never, this is very, very true. You can come home dog tired and you can, sleep for hours. And I am telling you that if you gave one of those hours to a friend in need, you'd sleep more peacefully,
Mm-hmm.
even if you are dog tired.
Mm-hmm.
So there are several ways that you could do this. Babysit for a friend.
Yeah.
I am telling you, for us single mothers out there, this is gold. You just want to take my child? I promise you, there were years
Just a time.
where Masai was watched by somebody else. Years. I remember Masai was maybe one. Noah had her overnight or something. And she was supposed to bring her back Sunday morning. She said, "I'm just going to keep her until later on tonight." Now, what she didn't tell me was that she had gotten stung by a bee and her mouth had blown up and Noah didn't want me to see her like that.
You
I don't
gotta
care
let,
what the
you
reason
gotta
was.
let auntie just, auntie now.
By the time she came home, the lip had gone down and I didn't care. People would just come and they so enjoyed her. I was like, okay.
It was a blessing for
Years.
them. It was a blessing for you. It was a blessing for her to be exposed to several different adults pouring into her like that. I mean, it was a generosity circle. Yep. Read a book in a local classroom or a library. A lot of schools are still doing those, just having somebody come in and read. This is especially true for men. I do a lot of evaluations for boys that literally say out of their mouths, "I've never seen a man read."
Ooh.
They literally never laid eyes on a man reading. Or they would say something like, "You have books in your office, Dr. Bell?" And I'm like, "Yes." They think books are for children. They had never seen adults read for pleasure. Adults read manuals to put things together. Adults read directions to, you know what I mean? They had never seen just an adult as their
Enjoying
leisure,
reading.
right?
Yeah.
Sit down and read, And so you have no idea how just that moment is not just the moment, right? It is teaching something that is huge, for a classroom of children for them to carry forth.
It has passed now, but typically every March is Read Across America Month. There is some activity in the school, and they always have a day where they just want people to come in and read. Reach out, like March 1st, reach out to your local school and just ask them, can I just come in and read?
Yep.
You know who used to do this to my school in New York? Faithfully every year? B.D. Wong from Law and Order.
I would have come.
Every year he would come to my school.
I would have loved to see
PS 242, 122nd between 7th and Lenox, and that man would just come. He would just read a book, and that's it, and he would leave.
Be up out of there.
Yep.
Filming his SBU episodes.
Yep.
Oh,
I'm telling you, you have no idea what it will do. And children will sit and just, you want to get a class silent, read a book to them with sounds and voices and all.
Just being a different adult for them to look at.
They will pay attention.
They will pay attention.
I went in one day and read this book about Beyonce, and we had a Beyonce dance party after that. Listen, I wore them children out and then left them with their teacher. I was like, now I'm
glad about it. That teacher was like, bless your
Nap
soul.
time. Yeah.
Bless your entire soul. This leads to the next one, too.
Yeah.
Volunteering at a school or an organization. And again, this is giving kind of what you can, but you'd be surprised how they just sometimes just need something. Sometimes it's something that you like. My daughter goes to a private school. Everything is kind of like hands-on. We have to do it. And I remember the playground wasn't open because the playground just needed to get worked on. But there were some people who were like, oh no, I like that. You like digging in dirt? You like planting things outside? Uh-huh. There's a group of people who just do gardening with the kids because they like it. And it's like, I'm generously giving my time and I'm, they're enjoying it. I'm giving this talent, this time, and teaching kids a skill. Win-win.
I used to love when Masai was in Montessori school, because Montessori is heavily parent involved. So you have to bring the snacks. You're on a rotated schedule and stuff. But sometimes they would just call you in to just do things like organize the classroom. And it really does make you feel like a part of the whole process because now I've contributed something to this. Now I care what happens in that room. Yeah. We just said this, so I'm going to say it again. Listen to someone with your full attention. There is
such a generous
nothing like talking to someone who has their face down in their phone. It is the worst feeling.
And who's not quite following, they're kind of like, what, and what? And they're kind of repeating. But really to have somebody hang on to the words,
Their eyes are getting big as you're getting to the best part of the story.
It's a small way
they're
to
laughing
be generous.
when you hit a joke,
It's a small way to give to somebody.
Yeah, give it fully. So that's being generous with your time. What's the next one?
Be generous with your strength. Help somebody carry some groceries. You see they struggling. You see that mama got one child pregnant, got one child next to her, and she got a stroller. Help them.
And I'm gonna even press a little bit further on this one. Don't just do it for the people that you see in need. Could you imagine if you finish putting your groceries in the car and you see someone else, whoever it is, strong, able-bodied man. Let me help you, brother.
I'm just putting it in there.
And I'm just going to go from car to car because I ain't got nowhere to be. Let me get your cart for you. Let me return it.
Or I didn't work out today.
It's going to be my workout.
I didn't work out today. So let me get this. And I'm going to take your carts back because that's going to be all my steps. I'm going to take these carts back one by one. Can you imagine that? You were going to go home and do something else. You were going to go home and do something else as your workout.
Imagine
what
a
if
world
that was
where
your
you
workout?
just did that.
That was genius. I like that. I want us
Just
to
do that.
put a little pin at that one.
Yeah, just
because
do that.
Imagine you doing that, and imagine how then they would,
Pay it
what
forward.
that puts up
Yes.
in puts in the world. First they'd be a little nervous, like I'm not stealing your groceries. I was right here, just putting my groceries in. Yeah, I'm right. I'm actually parked right here. All right, I'm not a weirdo. I'm just helping you.
But if they've had a horrible day, what does that do for them? So think of everyone as someone in need.
Yep. Because everyone is.
That's what generosity and giving is about. Every single person is out here in need of something. Help someone move furniture. This is absolutely my least favorite thing to do. But I don't want to help you move your house. I will pay for you to get some movers before.
Yeah, because I feel like I outgrew it.
Outgrew it.
But I do believe in our
Outgrew it.
20s, I paid all the dues
Oh,
humanly
baby,
possible.
we did that.
I moved every single
Yeah.
human that ever went to an Atlanta university school, I feel like, throughout that whole little decade of my 20s.
Because for a while, you were the only one with an SUV.
Oh.
So everybody needed your
I need you to
car.
come, mama. I need you to come,
Yep.
mama. I need you to come, mama.
But I'm gonna tell you how different it could be now. If someone is saying, I'm kind of tired of what my house looks like. Oh, I'll come over and
was
help you,
just
like
gonna say it.
rearrange a room.
Yeah. You know how quickly it gets done?
Mhm.
Yeah. You just want to move your bed over to the other side. Come on, let's move your bed over to the
Yep.
other side. Then it's done.
I have someone who is, I'm going to shout him out because what he did to my home. Jesse Lee came and laid hands on every inch of my house.
That's a gift.
I am talking floorboards.
When I say he's
I am
skilled.
talking that thing. I didn't recognize my house, y'all. Jesse Lee Opulent Services. I will put that number up on this. Listen, this thing I'm talking about from ceiling to basement. It is unreal what this man did to my house. But one of the things that I wanted to do, I had wanted to put a rug under my bed. And my bed is it's not just the size of it, but it's a heavy bed. So I cannot do this on my own. And he did not have to do this. I had paid him for his services. I had left him alone, whatever. But I said I wanted to put this rug down. And he said, oh, I'll come over. And I'll lift it while you roll it back. It took 7 minutes. And that man was like, okay, I'll see you later.
And we're in and we're out.
And it was done.
And here we are.
I would not have been able to do that by myself. That rug would have been sitting up in that room right now. It would not have been
The
done.
things that are sitting just around in my house right now.
That just needs a second hand.
All it needs is
just
another
a
hand. It's not
second
even
person.
heavy. I
Yeah.
need another human.
Even just another human to keep me company while I do the thing. That is also a gift.
That's a gift, y'all. For us Northerners, shovel someone else's snow.
That's a blessing.
That's a blessing. And I grew up like that. You could stop at your own walkway. You could. You're already out there. You could just do a couple of more. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And just tag your neighbors. Why not?
For no reason at all.
Why not?
Just because. Yes, do it. Push a stranded motorist's car off the road.
I've had that done for me, and thank you for the times. Thank you for the time.
And even if you're thinking to yourself, well, I'm not that strong, just lean on it. Lean on it and help the other people that are pushing, help them with the pushing. That's all you got to do.
It's in neutral. You can push it.
It'll
That's right.
roll.
It'll roll. It has wheels.
So that is being generous with your strength. So then
be generous with your knowledge. This is a really good one, right? Tutor someone or their child in something academic. But not always, and it's not always, we always think children, right? One of
Yeah,
our
that's
friends
true.
gets online right now so that our other friend can teach her Spanish. It is not always, you know what I mean? Just like, oh, I'm taking a child. We have a friend who doesn't know
anything
Spanish.
you want to know.
And my other friend is fluent. So they get online.
Find
and she's
the
teaching her
person
Spanish.
that can give it to. When we started this podcast, I called Joy John Cedric because he had a podcast. I was like, teach me all the things. I'm just gonna come sit at your house, and he did.
Thank
And
you,
and
Joy
he gave us
John
his
Cedric.
microphones.
We even
at the
used his
time.
stuff at first,
Yeah,
right? We were using his stuff.
We were using his machine before we bought our own. He sat there and showed me how to, and he said
Made
to me,
videos,
I remember
got on FaceTime.
Yes, and I remember him saying to me, "This helps me. This helps me get back in the groove of doing my own podcast." So thank you for reaching out and asking me. Yeah.
Help somebody do something.
Yep.
Teach a class at an assisted living place or any place.
Yeah.
Yeah, teach a class.
Whatever
you're sitting
you're good
around
at.
with expertise.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Give it out.
Yep. Help someone solve a problem you're an expert in. You have seen your friends and be like, "You're so good at this. I have no idea where you're." Ask them to teach you. I'm going to come over. This is what you say. I'm going to come over. I'm going to wash all your dishes. While I'm washing the dishes, could you just teach me how to get on social media and do this, 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 and I'm going to come and get your child. I'm going to take them to the trampoline park. Can you set aside another afternoon for you to teach me how to do?
But, in your impressing your own generosity, offer to do that.
Ooh.
Offer to give it. When if you see a need, so offer to fill that
That's
gap
good.
for somebody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You see them
Yeah.
struggling through this particular thing, offer to help.
Yeah.
Teach somebody, also that there's more specifically, teach somebody how to use all the features of something that you're, really well versed in.
This is real good with old people.
This is good with young people who don't know a lot of stuff.
That's true too.
I'm going to Antarctica right in December, which you have to have a special kind of camera and you need to take these kinds of pictures. And, a friend of mine was like, we're going to sit down and we're going to go through all this camera stuff because you are not going to go all the way to Antarctica, come back with all these white pictures.
iPhone, right.
And
Yeah.
I will. Now, there's all these white, little terrible looking pictures. She was like, well, you can have one of my cameras. I was like, but your camera's expensive. It's an old one, but it's still an expensive camera. She's like, we're gonna get the whole thing, and you're going to learn how to use it because why would you go all the way to see these glaciers and come back with some bad pictures?
That's real.
She offered it. I didn't ask.
Yeah.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was a give.
Yeah, and you might not have even thought to
I wouldn't
ask,
have thought
you
to.
wouldn't have known that you needed that. Yeah. Yeah. So that is being generous with your knowledge. Next thing, which is kind of something similar, be generous with your talent. Create a logo for a new business. Let me tell you something.
You do stuff like that. It's your thing.
We got completely rebranded by Branderella. I will always forever shout her out for what she's done to. But there are times that I'll run an idea by her and she'd be like, "You mean like this?" While I was talking, she pulled it up on the computer and just sent it.
Yeah. Just bang out a thing.
Girl, you don't owe me nothing. Just because that's how her mind works. She's like, I was going to do it anyway here. It took me 5 minutes. Now, take care of people then when they're generous with you, be generous with them too. Because then if she's sitting in front of me, then I've paid for her meal. Like whatever it is. But if you have it if it's something, now this was funny in talking about be generous with your talent. So this weekend I went to go visit all of my friends in New York, and I stayed with one of the great loves of my life, Jacques, and he had a friend over, and at 1:00 in the morning, this friend wanted to sing karaoke with me because she had heard that I could sing. I was in the bed, naked, but she had heard.
You get up out the bed?
I got up. I'll tell you later why I thought to myself, she really wants to see me for another reason. She wants to lay eyes on me and know who I am. And fine, I'm going to go, right?
That was also generous.
That was generous. Because the other Marty could have been like, no, I'm not getting up out of my...
Girl, bye.
But I said, you know what? I'm on vacation. I'm already here. I'm visiting the people that I love. It's 1:00 in the morning. I ain't got nowhere to be. You want to sing with me?
That seems important.
Now, when she turned on Whitney Houston, I have nothing. I said, no, honey. I don't think you want to do. I don't think you want to sing this with me. However, I'm going to get up and I'm going to give you a little show. That's what you want? Let's go.
Let's get it going.
Yeah. So every now and then, when you got some talent, share it.
Do a little something.
Yes.
Cut hair for charity. That's an important one, I think.
Yes.
Or like you just said, sing or play an instrument, in a nursing home, or there's something, there's a children's show or something, you know what I mean? And there's a graduation and not a teacher in there can sing, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'll come on and sing your optimistic, but I'm gonna get 2 of my friends and we're gonna come and sing. Okay, when I do that, you can't say no. If we gonna go sing optimistic.
So long as it's not, I believe I can fly.
We will not be singing
We
I
will
Believe
never
I Can
sing
Fly.
I Believe I Can Fly.
When in the midst of sorrow. We're going to sing optimistic now.
Be optimistic. As long as you keep your head to the sky.
Singing little parts. You can win. You can win. No, back.
Just be slightly behind you at the microphone.
And give them a good time.
You can do that. My TT Ida does this. She actually performs in the plays, but then she also will sew all the costumes for the play that she's in. She will go, she will find. She came out her house the other day. She was like, I have a headband for me. I have a headband for
Keep
you.
all that hair back.
I keep all this hair back.
It's summer. You don't want all that hair just falling for.
It gets hot. It's
Laying
a
all
lot.
on your face. You don't want all that.
She ran out. She said, I have this headband. It was left over from when I did this production, and I was supposed to bejewel it and all. And I was like, if you were in the production, she was like, oh, no, she's a master seamstress. When I say a master seamstress, I have come to her and said, I want to sew a shirt. She has taken whatever is the paper that shows you what to cut out. And
Oh, yeah, the little pattern.
the pattern. She takes and in 5 minutes she comes out with the shirt, and I'm like, TT, we were supposed to do this again. She can't help
got
it.
it.
She sees it. She sees
Yeah,
the
she's
pattern.
going
She's
in.
like, do.
Yep.
It's done.
Yep.
So she does that freely for the plays that she's in, and I think that's lovely.
Yep. She's being generous with her talent. Next, we have be generous with your creativity, which is good. There's things we haven't thought about before, like have a garage sale or a bake sale, but you're raising money to give it away.
Yep. If you're
rather
the
than-
person who's saying, I don't have the money to give, this is how you do. Do you have a whole bunch of clothes that you need?
There's a bunch of stuff in there. You were going to give it away anyway. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Or it was just sitting there and not be worn at all, which is even worse. I mean, nobody's wearing it at all. You could actually sell those, right? Or make some things, make some cookies because you make them well, and sell that, and then use that money to give.
Yep. You could use phone apps to donate food and money. It's simple. And you can, this is old school. I don't know if anybody who's still doing, well, I should do this because the amount of bottles that I throw away and don't even recycle from watering this entire jungle in my house. Gather returnable bottles and cans and donate that money.
Donate that money.
That's not deep.
It's being creative,
Yep.
right? Like kind of thinking about this.
Yep,
right?
thinking outside the box.
Be generous with your support.
This is a big one.
Encourage someone with your words. Really, really affirm. That's a generous thing to do, to sit and give someone a true affirmation.
In fact, I would suggest doing that. Try and find an opportunity for that every day. Whoever it is, whatever it is.
And you might be thinking, I work from home and I'm just like on Zoom with people. Even on there, there's something
Seek
you really
someone
can.
out.
You really can do. You really can say to somebody, great meeting. And mean it. You know, you're on Zoom getting ready to get off.
Okay, Sarah, I see
was
you with
really
that
great.
blouse.
Yeah, you can really say, that was a really great meeting. I think we got a lot done here. Do you know how that would make people feel?
Simple.
Simple.
Because somebody was nervous about leading that
Somebody
meeting.
was nervous about the meeting. Or I like what you added, to that meeting. We're definitely putting that on our agenda for next time. Thank you. That was a great addition.
This is a big one. And we talked last week about you all tipping us. Do this too. Support artists through sharing on social media.
Do it.
If you see somebody doing something that you've benefited from, something that you like, something that you're in awe of, repost it. Whatever it is, repost it. You might even decide, especially if you're a person that has a large platform and if I repost something that's going to go out to a lot of people, use that opportunity to shout out somebody who's in need of some likes, some follows, some traffic.
Yeah.
Just need to be seen in general.
And and leverage even some of those networks in that space too, because some people really not only do you have a lot of people or whatever people on social media, like key people. So like, you know what I mean, like tag a name that you think might, you know what I mean, like I'm looking at this. Not only I'm not just going to share it on my page. I'm going to tag somebody who I know is looking for someone.
Yes.
Or you know what I mean. It takes 2 seconds to do that.
Yeah. participate in a walk to raise funds for a cause you believe in. Just yesterday, there was a walk
Win-win.
for multiple. Nope. What is MS?
Sclerosis, but multiple
Yes.
sclerosis. Yeah.
So someone who is near and dear to my heart, they were recently diagnosed within the last 4 years, and so I said, anytime I have the opportunity, if I just need to, give some money to it or whatever, if I need to walk, if I need to, whatever I need to do for MS, that is something that I'm going to do. It makes me feel better, just me adding my little part.
Send a card to someone grieving months after the loss.
That's so
This is a
important.
good one
Yeah.
because I think, when they're in the grieving time, lots of people are around.
Everybody comes, yeah.
And
After
but
it just happened.
that
Yeah.
grieving continues.
Goes on
I
forever.
mean,
Yep.
you remember and you're back in that place. It may not have the exact same sting, but it goes on forever, and to show that you still remember and that you're still thinking about it.
I will never forget. We were months apart. Our fathers died, but we have a class of '99 chat group that we have. And one of my other girlfriends, she lost her father, and we were all in the process of gathering funds to send her flowers. And it never had even crossed my mind that, I don't know, maybe they had already sent me some. I don't know, but this was months after my father had passed, and in the same week, I got a huge, beautiful plant peace lily from the same group. I think that they had realized that, oh shoot, we didn't send this to which would have been okay, but it was lovely to get months later.
Yeah, it came right on time.
It came when I needed it. I had another good girlfriend, Kisa, sent me a card, Kunzi. She sent me months later with a lovely little bar of soap, an artisanal. She's an artist, and so she had sent me this bar of soap and just said, "I just want you to know I'm thinking of you." That's actually, y'all. Sometimes everybody is going to try and swoop in and help in the moment of the thing.
But
spread
when
it
you
out.
start to feel, there's like a lonely part
Yeah,
of mourning
yeah.
that happens.
Yeah, spread it out.
Spread that out.
It'll always be appropriate. If it's a year later,
You always miss the person.
you
so why
always
would it-
miss the person.
5 years.
And I'm going to say this, because we'll probably need to dedicate a whole episode to this. Grief is not just about losing someone to death. People grieve a marriage. People grieve the loss of a job. All kinds of things. After
loss
something
of a dream.
Yes.
That you thought you were, going to
Yes.
materialize.
Yes. So
I
after
mean,
the ending of something that someone held dear, think about them months later. And when it comes to your mind, just drop a little something, whether it's a word of encouragement, whether it's a gift that you send them, whatever it is, do it in that moment when you think of it. It's never too late.
It's never too late. Be generous with your things, your items. Loan your snowblower or your lawnmower to somebody. They need it.
Yes. This is a good one. Donate blood if you have it. If you have it. I guess we all got blood. Yeah, if you can, if you're able to. Yes. Give boxes you have laying around to someone who's moving. You got all them boxes just laid
And
up
they just
in your
sitting
garage.
up and you need to get rid of those anyway.
The second you hear.
Somebody is moving and needs them. And again, look for it. We're talking
That's what I
about
was
be
gonna-
proactive.
Yeah.
Like, don't just kind of wait till somebody asks me for my boxes. Look for it.
Maybe
Ask
at
some
the
different
end-
people. Hey, anybody
Yeah.
need any boxes? Oh my God, thank you for saying that. I definitely do.
Maybe at the end of every month, do an inventory of the things that you have and just start asking around. Start looking for the places that you can take things. Yeah.
Some of our Nzinga sisters, they used to like help me out the house, and they were like, let me tell you something. Whenever you get ready to purge these purses, I know you like to give to donations, but please just call us first. Just call us to see what you about to purge. So because we might want some. I'm thinking like, you do? Okay.
I've
You know
had
what I mean?
plenty of
Like-
people say that about my closet. It's coming soon. In a second, I'm not going to be able to fit some
Remember
of
when
these
you gave
things.
away all that makeup?
Oh my God.
And
Oh,
it
I
was
did. It was actually
so
lovely
much of
when
it.
I did it. I had a
I mean,
lot
it
of
was
makeup.
so much. I kept saying that too. I was like, nobody knows how much this really is because y'all don't really know. Like, this is like old school, just when Mac was just hitting. I
Thousands
mean,
of
it was
dollars,
just,
yeah.
that was, I was like, no, this is really a thing.
I
Guys.
took all of my makeup and I made palettes for individual people and gave them baggies with here's the eyeshadow, here's the lipstick, here's the blush.
And it was the good
Here
stuff.
you go. It was good. Baby, because
This one wet and wild. This one come into CVS and what's right here? Let me just get this right here. This little eyeshadow.
No. This was high end.
I'm in Macy's. I'm in
And you know
at
what?
the table.
Never missed it a day. I remember when it was suggested to me, it was said to me, you have way too much. You'll never be able to use it. Let's think about the ways that we
That is
can.
some true stuff right there. And I'm a product person. At any given time, whatever you want to wash your hair with, put on it, sitting somewhere up underneath the sink, I'll never be able to use it.
Never.
And I'm going to change my mind and not use it anyway. Somebody want it. I'm talking about unopened. I'm unopened.
When I decided to cut my hair off, I was like, why do I have all this?
Do you have beveling irons and hot combs? Why I got those? If you ever grow it back, you can buy another one.
Why do I have a hair dryer? Why do I have a hair dryer?
In case you just don't want this. You don't want this to.
I don't, what? What is
wet.
it? It dries
quickly,
in
You
0.03
just go
seconds.
That's the fastest drying in the world.
I didn't need any of it, so I gave it away.
That's
I just gave
awesome.
it away. But
Yeah.
yes, donate good quality. That's the thing. Donate good quality things. We're talking about some stuff might still have the tag on it. If you didn't use it, set it free.
Set it
Marie
free.
Kondo your life.
Listen, when I tell you, I still these little things that I have in here because I keep thinking that my breasts are going go back down to this size or just something else. Listen, I really
Never.
loved myself at 36C, and I keep thinking there's this time that I'll be 36C again.
Set that free.
No,
Set that
they
free.
have the
We've
tags
seen
on
the
them.
days
There's-
of 36C. They
There's
are
a
no longer.
36C sis that would just love
Yeah, that
to
would
have
love
a fitting
to.
bar.
If you're a 36C sis, call
I
it.
have joggers. I have so much for you.
There are many, many things. Listen. We're about to get to a season. Well, no. Let me just say that we are here. By the airing of this, I can no longer fit anything in my closet that is size 20. So
Do we need an applause? Is that are we applauding?
let's go. Is that you adding the female voice?
Come on, get them teens. I ain't getting them
There's
teens.
nothing that I can still fit. So, and you know I have a standard for some style. So
have
if
a
you want to come and take anything out of my closet before I start to give it away, I mean, I guess to consignment
give it
shops
away,
and
give it
stuff
away
like that.
now.
And
Look
I
at you.
got some cute stuff.
Come on.
Come on,
Not
get it.
cute.
Be generous with your assistance. Okay.
Yeah, provide transportation for someone who has no car, or even if you have one. I was thinking about my daughter goes to a school and there's at least 2 other homes, and I was thinking to myself, you mean to tell me from this there are
Oh,
3
right.
separate cars
We should
going from this
all just
subdivision
rotate, right.
to this school?
Right.
Why are we doing that? Why are we doing that? And it just takes somebody, and that somebody needs to just be me. Hey. And one of them I know, you know what I mean? Like he's one of my healthcare providers. I'm like, I know you, and I know you at your practice on Fridays. Let me take your boys to school on
Yep.
Fridays. Why wouldn't I? I'm driving to the school.
Yep.
Why are we
That's
all
a
getting
real
into
thing.
our cars
Yep.
and all getting into our cars again at the end of
And
the day?
they would be
Why are we
excited
doing
to sit in the back seat and start, and they just become friends now.
Right.
And now they got the new family.
Or lay back there and go to sleep. I don't even care. The idea that I might drive less, it
true.
would be such a gift.
There's going to be a day where I'm off.
Would be a gift for me,
Yeah, because
right?
I
But
was
even if it
on,
wasn't, why wouldn't I do that? I'm going anyway.
Yeah,
I'm going anyway.
that's
Why
true.
wouldn't I offer that? Why wouldn't I offer that assistance to someone?
This is a good one. Do errands for someone.
Oh, can you imagine? Hey sis, I'm going to Target. Do you need anything?
There's never a time. Now, I will tell you that it does not matter how angry my mother has made me. My mother can make me angry. if I am headed to Costco, what do you need from Costco?
You do always say that too.
Every single
You
time.
said I was going up to Costco to, and then my mama wants to have the and what she wants is always a little bit comical. I love you, like everybody's always a little bit like she wants
Wine.
these containers, but like not these because they're like they have
It's
to be
very specific.
12 ounce.
It has
the
to
10
be
ounce is not going to be
$10.99 or less. Listen, it's a whole thing. And but I'm not saying I wait until she tells me I'm going. I ask her ahead of time. In fact, I asked her when I took OC's Ways Child on Friday. I said, I'm going to Costco this weekend. Do you need anything? She said, no, I think I have everything. Of course, yesterday
Go
she
get
sends
it
me,
anyway.
well, if you're going to give it to me. I don't need my 82-year-old mama driving all the way to Costco. She ain't got to.
And quite frankly, you could have just gotten it anyway. You know, when Joy John Roderick, when he goes to Florida, when he visits his mama, he gets all these cases of waters, right? Because she can't carry the cases of waters. Or whatever. He just gets them. He's like, I don't even ask her. And sometimes, where am I gonna keep that? That's fine. It's gonna be in his garage. And then when he comes back, that water's gone.
Yep.
So, like he just gets it. I'm gonna do this for you. You're not gonna be worried about
Yep.
getting these waters.
You're
into
not
the
going to
house.
have to worry
Yeah,
about
I'm
this
gonna take
thing
care of
here.
that.
I'm going to take that off of your hands. But, just like I said earlier, yes, we think of those who are older, those who are infirm. Let's do it for anybody.
Anybody.
I'm going to Costco after this. You
Anybody.
need some?
Yeah.
I am going
You
to
are
Costco.
going to Costco.
I
Wait a
really
minute,
am
hold
going
on.
to Costco.
Don't play these games.
So if
Don't
you
play
need
with it.
something, send me a list. Because why? They're going to sell it in bulk anyway.
Why not get right?
Why not get the things?
Why not get a lot of it?
Yeah.
Weed someone's garden or rake their leaves.
And not just if they're coming for 48 hours and you need your... I'm just playing, Baba. That was a shout out to you.
All right. Do it because you're seeing them do it. Oh, this is something that would, listen, I don't even know. This counts for generosity. Wrap someone's Christmas presents for them.
I love wrapping
I would
Christmas
enjoy
gifts.
doing it.
I don't like
It's
Christmas,
my
but I
joy to do it.
love to wrap gifts.
I set up it's a whole experience for me. I got the music on. I have made myself cocoa or eggnog. I have done a whole thing. I will wrap your Christmas presents. I know you're busy.
I like for it to have certain themes. I like for the ribbon to match I like to do something as basic as like brown paper bag, but then like a second
Pine cone.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
right.
put
all kinds of things. I'll do it all for you.
A
Drop 'em
candy
right
cane
off.
just taped on there.
Yes.
What? I got it.
Yes.
Right. So we've talked about all of these ways, and there are countless more. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like we barely scratched, I think, the surface, but it really is. We're trying to illustrate that it doesn't take you, breaking the pockets. It takes you being intentional.
Yep.
Just like any of the joy principles, in whatever form you choose to be generous. If it is coming from the heart, you are guaranteeing a joyful heart.
Yep.
Right. If you can get your heart to a generous heart, right, then you are inviting joy to come back in it.
Yes. So a message from Joy John Shamaika. He said, in terms of when was the last time that he benefited from someone's generosity, this past week I received a package from my friend and Morehouse brother. It was an Alpha Kappa Alpha Incorporated blanket for my mother, and enclosed was a personalized note to me. This is about to take me out. What it did for my spirit, I cannot put into words, but it blessed my soul and brought a huge smile to my mother's face. His mother, she struggles with dementia, and so she is Shamaika's greatest joy. When I say that the only thing he wants to do in life is put a smile on his mother's face, that is it. So for someone to see that and then say, you know what, I'm going to send a gift for your mother. Random acts of kindness do more than we know. I'd rather, this is a word. I'd rather see a sermon than hear one any day. I'd rather see see a
I'd rather watch that sermon get lived out. And the sermon might be 2 hours. I can see the sermon probably in 3 to 4 minutes.
I'm going to see this being lived out
can
right here and now.
See that thing get demonstrated any day.
This blessed me good.
That's a good one.
I'd rather see a sermon than hear one any day.
Listen, bono.
We had no hat on that one. Nope, that's wrong.
Why?
That wasn't it.
That's not bono.
You don't even know. Bono, don't.
It's the little. It's letting you know it's coming.